Greetings, everybody from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My name is David Wong. I'm a periodontist out here. I've been in practice about 15 years, and I wanted to share with you my dental story. So, to kind of set it all up for you, year's 2002. I'm a third year resident in periodontics at the University of Missouri in Kansas City. Getting ready to graduate. I've got an associateship lined up, and long story short, I back out of it. It just doesn't feel right. I decide that it's not for me. Um, so at this point, my wife and I are both unemployed, have no prospects for any employment. We have $8,000 saved up, and that's really it for our nest egg. Um, Without a plan, we were just kind of freaking out, just as you could imagine anybody would. So I'm calling around trying to get a job, and I actually do find a job, which is pulling teeth at the county jail for 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. So I got 20 hours of work in, so which was all that I could ask for at the time. So I was happy with it. So, but long term, obviously I wanted to do something else, and I didn't want to be an associate. I didn't want to, be in the typical, production model, that I saw my friends practicing in. And I'd heard of this place called the Schuster Center, and got to speak with Mike Schuster over the phone before I ever signed up. Um, Long story short, we it felt right. It felt right from the start. Um, the principles that he talks about, the systems-driven practice, the insurance-free business, having more time for yourself and your family, and to pursue hobbies and not being, married to your job the whole time, and just preaching balance, and balance and creating a life. All that appealed to me, and I wanted to do that. I was 27 years old, so it definitely appealed to me because at that point, I'm 27. I still haven't made any money yet. It makes perfect sense to not have to just work, and just pay off bills, forever and ever and ever. So I really liked what Dr. Schuster was saying. So I ended up going with management program. Didn't have the money to do it either at that point, obviously. So I had to take out a loan for that. I still remember it at the time. Interest rates were like 9 to 9.5% or something like that. So I was really kind of uneasy about it all, but I didn't really have another plan of action. So um, it was really neat though. It was exciting times. I got my first practice going. It was 1,000 square foot little office, had one operatory. Dr. Schuster helped me design it actually, and I still remember just kind of questioning him because I'm like 1,000 square feet, one op, how's this gonna work? And he was like, trust me, I did it in Dubuque, Iowa. You can do it in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and sure enough, we did it, and insurance free the whole time. Yeah, never have to this day have never um, been a preferred provider or whatever for any insurance. And I actually take pride in knowing that I don't even know how it works. I'm glad I don't know. I don't know anything about codes or any of that stuff. Um, and I've been able to practice that way, and have been really, really happy doing it that way as well. Um, but doing it that way, it doesn't. It's not without struggle, So the first year, weren't very profitable. We were in the black though, by the way. Just never lost money. Paid our bills on time. Credit was really good. Matter of fact, our first year, we had our first baby, bought our first house, bought my own car myself. That year. So it was. It's not like things were that bad. It's just that we weren't living large, yet, and it took a couple of years, before things just seemed to just take off by themselves automatically. And I attribute all that to the systems that we have in place. Systems are solid. We still review them regularly. It's not just a static model. It's a dynamic, ever changing model. As needs change, as goals change, we change, and that's how any business should be. But it's been great, being associated with the Schuster Center all this time because, you know, we've had all three kids, that we have while we've been involved with the Schuster Center. The practice that we're in now, I mean, everything's just been all, uh, all a result of what we've learned in the management and life planning and all those courses that we took at the Schuster Center. Case presentation, gosh, you name it, we took it. And at this point, I can tell you, looking back 15 years, I can honestly tell you, if you look at our practice, side by side with anybody else's, I'm not saying that we make more money or that but I can almost guarantee you we've got lower overhead. I can almost guarantee you just about any of my employees could leave and I wouldn't freak out because of the systems in place. Once again, it just feels so good to not be with any insurance companies. We've got more new patients than I need. Matter of fact, I've been trying to raise fees every year for the last 3 years to see if it would slow it down, but it doesn't. it just doesn't. So, that's been the biggest thing right now is trying to manage all the new patients that come in. But it's really neat. We have time for ourselves. We take plenty of vacation time. We have plenty of time for continuing education to continue to sharpen the saw. Our staff have plenty of time for vacation as well. It's been really nice. It's really nice. And day to day, we spend plenty of time, with the new patient process and educating and doing all the stuff that you really want to do, as a doctor, that you can't, when you're too busy. And I feel like with the model that we practice in, that our patients end up winning. They get more of our time. They're smarter patients for it. They make better decisions. They see the value of health and dental care, and overall, they're just happier people, and I'm a happier dentist because of it. So, if you're on the fence about a management program, or on the fence about which one to join, I can tell you, the Schuster Center is where I would be over and over again if I had to do it. If I had to make the choice again, I would sign up again in a heartbeat, without hesitation. And with that, I'll leave you. But I'm around. If everybody's knows how to get a hold of me, and if you ever need to talk or bounce an idea or two or have a question, just let me know. Talk to you all soon. Thank you.